So what brought me to Darrow was actually my mom. She was the primary reason we were doing some tours, and she said, you should check out this school. So we ended up going, and I came to the campus, and as soon as we started driving through the campus, seeing the sugar bush, seeing the old buildings, the dairy barn, the fields and everything, it just sort of felt sort of like a place that I could come into my own self. Growing up with ADD and dyslexia, I've struggled in academics, but what Darrow taught me is stick to your strengths. You know, if you're not great at reading, then still read, practice, and get good at it, but don't make that your way of learning. Like, there's many different ways to learn. Don't rely on one way. I learn very well visually, and Darrow helped me realize that, and I also learn very well kinesthetically, so like moving around and getting my hands on stuff, that is a great way for me to learn. So opening myself up to those things and also being in a place that helps you experiment with those. It's little things like that, learning how to learn is a very important part of getting through high school, and that's really something that helped me. I was able to start taking senior level science classes when I was a sophomore at Darrow, and I've always had a passion and interest for science and math that really came to light in high school. And apart from just the subjects and techniques to learn it, it really made it a lot of fun. I had teachers, Mr. Bennett, Mr. Welch, who took math and took physics, and they made it interesting. Shooting bottle rockets and counting their trajectory and figuring out their height is trigonometry and physics, but it's also a lot of fun to shoot bottle rockets. I don't think there's any way to go into high school and come out the same person. It's a time of so much change and experience and exposure to new things that nobody comes out the same person. But for me at Darrow, it was, I think, amplified by the fact that I had my own independence and I was exposed to so many different things. You look at all of the things that Darrow has to offer, and over 4 years, you really get to make the most of them. And I think it helped change me into a more holistic person, more open to new things, more willing to accept things that I'm not comfortable with and, incorporate them into myself. Being able to go into Georgetown and St. Lawrence and these schools where there's a really technical background, and being able to have that foundation and not only build on it, but really become passionate about it was something that you can't really put a price tag on. Boarding school is not for everybody, and that's definitely something to consider. But I think the number one reason to go to Darrow School is because it'll change your life. It will be an experience that you'll look back on and that you will enjoy, and also be in the moment and enjoy. You can really make connections with people in high school. It's a place that you can grow, which is something that you don't find a lot of places.